every time he was doing, I mean, he does Mean Streets and then he does Taxi Driver. I mean, my God, right? And then Raging Bull. I mean, it's just, he's just on such a tear, like in that time frame. And then it's like, what could he possibly do? And he does Goodfellas. And you're like, that movie's perfect.
Yeah.
That movie, everybody loves that movie. I think that's his best. You know, there's just no question that 30 years later, that movie is what it is. It's like, it's so, that's why it's not worth getting twisted, bent out of shape about the nominations, because nobody's going to remember, you know, if somebody backed into a nomination by campaigning really well and like Ray Liotta didn't get nominated. It's not like in 30 years, that's going to mean anything. It's going to mean the Academy got it wrong. It's so damn good. But yeah, Departed, I don't know. I think maybe like, because common perception kind of caught up with his genius by that point. Yeah, right.
Exactly.
So kind of accepted as, you know, that the Departed. I'm very proud to have been in that movie, but it's not one of Marty's best movies. But there was no way he was going to not win, be anointed the best director by the Academy. It was cheapening the award at that point that he didn't have one.
Yeah.
Right? It was like doing more damage to the Academy than it was doing to Marty, because it's so absurd that he didn't, after what he had given to cinema, to American cinema, he didn't have this. But some movies are polarizing, like, you know, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Here's a good story for you that Scorsese told me when we were making The Departed. He told me a story about when he made I brought up The King of Comedy, which is one of my favorites of his. Right. And he goes, the first story that jumped to mind for him was it was New Year's Eve. And he goes, I was putting on a tuxedo. I was going out to a New Year's Eve party. It was a black tie party. And he goes, and I was trying to tie my bow tie in the mirror. And the television was on. And back then it's, 3 channels, obviously. And whatever channel he's on, the entertainment reporter goes, and the competition for the worst movie of the year is over. The King of Comedy, and Marty said he just tied his bow tie, and he sat and he just looked at himself in the mirror and then untied the bow tie, took it off, took the jacket off, that was it. He wasn't going anywhere. He went and he just crawled into and went to sleep, and that movie's brilliant. Right. And it's one of his great movies, but it sometimes, you can get laid low by these things.